everybody. Today is June 18th, 2025. Can you believe it? And the day feels like fall. I think it's probably about 68 degrees out, 67. It's cold and rainy. So welcome. Say hi when you are here. Say hi in the chat. So let's see what the Tarot Masters have to say for us today. I'm just shuffling. Let me just set my energy. I call upon the powers of heaven, the powers of the universe. I call upon the Tarot Masters to come down for this reading and serve us, this group that's here to hear this message, to bring this message into the world. Allow me to be a clear channel and open a hollow bone, one voice, allow one voice to speak to me so that I may serve. So what do the Tarot Masters have to say to us today in this wild and crazy world we're living in? Okay, what do we need to know? What would serve our highest interest? How can we serve? How can we be a pillar of light and strength in these challenging times? Let us guide us. Let us know what we need to know. Okay? So, it may be quiet today. I know the right people will show up. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I also feel called to pull this oracle card. For this spread that we are pulling. Already the cards are interesting. So, here we go. What do we need to know? The card, the oracle card today, is healing the mother line. Healing ancestral work, the mother line, and growing up. Well, the divine feminine has been under attack, and she's not going anywhere. You know, the okay. We know that the divine feminine came in during COVID. The message at that time was, who else can stop the world but the goddess? And she came in, and it is a time of divine union where at one point in time it was a matriarchal world. Women ruled by the womb. Then a period of time came, thousands of years later, it became a patriarchal world, and where men ruled and women were subjugated. And now is a time of divine union. The divine masculine and divine feminine will walk side by side. Neither will walk ahead of the other. This is a divine union, and I see a infinity loop, almost like a marriage tie, like a wrapping of a package in with the infinity loop, where energy moves from one to the other, so that a balance is being restored. So, balance is being restored, and we can see that at the time the goddess, her message, when I got this message, was that the old guard, the old patriarchal system, the old guard is in its death throes and will cling to the shores. It will cling in its death throes, and we see that out in the world now. The old system is showing its death dance, and so the goddess reminded us at that time to let them go. Don't like there is an uprising, and people are doing sacred work. The work is important. People, the old way is not supporting life, and it's based in fear as it dies. So, and the cards have also been talking about in recent readings on Wisdom Wednesday. If you've been here, they've been talking about the wizard behind the curtains. There's a lot of things hiding behind the curtains. This card is reminding us that the divine feminine is here. And so this is deep generational trauma that is being healed. The goddess is here. So it's really a time of unity, diversity, nurturing. The divine feminine nurtures and welcomes and feeds and allows, but she's not a sucker either. You know, there is, when Mama speaks, we listen, right? So men and women are healing at this time. There's an ascension happening. We're all growing up. We're all being asked to step forward into our highest selves. So this is the theme of today's Wisdom Wednesday, about us growing up into our highest selves. So, so here we have 3 cards. This is where we are right now. This is where we come from. So we have 2 swords, and this is where we're going. Interesting cards in combination with healing the mother line. So here we have the 7 of Swords. This is where, okay. Actually, this card wants to speak first. This is where we came from. So we are behind. Now, the swords are referred to air, which is our mentality, the mind. Now, we know that the mind, in the West, particularly in the U.S., we covet the mind, the intelligence we have anyway, right? And here we see the swords. They, the swords are, intelligence is now being banned, right? And but we are an intelligent species and intelligent people. And so the lies, they are not being remained hidden. But there is, you can see by her face, there is a subjugation, and it is the female, just withholding the divine feminine's voice. That will not, that's not happening anymore. Women and good men are speaking up. Now, the men have done enough work where, like, we have new generations that that actually love women. There are men that love women, their sisters, their aunties, their mothers, their grandmothers, their friends. There are good men out there. And so together, you know, we are no longer, this is where we were being subjugated. Even with this regime, women have been, you know, again, put behind bars. Not necessarily, although yes, behind bars for having women's health crisis, miscarriages, abortions. Like, women have, like, and decide, like, women's health, like, there, we've been the imprisonment has been attempted, but women are fighting back and good men are fighting back. But this is where we have been recently. Also, it's generational, right? Women in the 70s couldn't even, I remember this because I was in school in the 70s. I was a young woman. In the 70s, a woman couldn't even have her own credit card. And so, as women have stepped into the workplace successfully, the more and more freedoms have been allowed, and the recent subjugation is not okay. So this is where we have been and continue to be in some respects, but there is an uprising happening. Here we have the Seven of Swords, and you can see the dark background. It looks like there's been a battle, and she is wielding, she's carrying the swords and dropping the ones that no longer serve. Hey, Amy. She is in control. She is taking there's like this bravery, this courage that's coming, and she is taking the swords that bind her, that imprison her, and she is starting to drop the cumbersome swords. They don't belong, they're not hers. So she's dropping them. This is a card of revolution. And we can see that she is in the thick of this battle. But she's looking forward and moving forward. So this is a card of action. Deep action. You know, this is where the divine feminine is really in her brilliance, because she nurtures relationships. She sees the big picture, and she is the divine feminine is the universal caregiver, the great mother, the nurturer. So this is important. The divine feminine creates from the womb, and this is where where if you don't have women on board, you are not making life happen. You are not creating. The womb is the void of creation, where all things are made manifest. So you, it's a fool's game. It's folly. It's a fool's game to think that you can subjugate women. Now, and this is really the big blind the big blind deal that the old system is perpetuating. I hear perpetuating is because men cannot create without women's okay. It all begins in the universal womb. So this is really a hopeful card for all of us in these challenging times. And you can see the distractions that are occurring to take us away from the inaction, the unmade manifest, the unmanifest made, the impotent, lackluster creation that's happening. So all these other things are a distraction. War, bombs, you know, all the mayhem that is out there, because you have to have women included in creation. And so we are seeing I'm hearing the end days of this let's see, this experiment. You know, the interesting thing is because I'm like, what experiment? Like, is it this administration? Is it, you know, us? And it's like we're seeing the end days because they are so. It is such a cluster. It's like they hang themselves. They have enough rope that they've hung themselves because there is such incompetence, such impotence, and so this is exciting for me to hear, because you know, I want everybody to, like you guys, I want everybody to thrive. This card is talking about the divine feminine, and each of us starting to really. So what I'm also hearing, I'm just listening, and they just cut me off. This is also talking about the sword as air, our voice. The air cuts, the sword of truth cuts through the darkness. And so very, you know, I'm hearing poignantly, we can say what we need to say, and wield our truth. So this is good stuff. So as we are, Amy says the swords exhaust her. Well, the whole thing has been, the whole thing has been exhausting. But I'm also hearing that this has been about purging. This is a great healing, a cleansing. Now, the good news is that it's happening without like a great flood, you know, or, you know, a wall of fire. Like, this is something that we are being trusted with to work out for ourselves. And so this is where the Fool comes in. It's like the card of innocence and faith. And the Fool is this pure being, not masculine or feminine, but like a united being. And this Fool, you can see the Fool is on a trip, an adventure. And he doesn't have the excess baggage that many of us would carry along, like in a moving truck. This Fool is on an adventure, and he's moving through the world. He or she is moving through the world, face to the sun, which is the light of the One, the light of the Creator, Tankishila, Yahweh, Adonai, Allah, Creator, light, energy, universe, whatever word resonates with you. But we can really support this evolution, this new world that is dawning before us, by facing the light and connecting with our communities, doing our own personal healing work to eliminate the shadows and the things that are not us, so that we can become these perfected beings. It doesn't happen by accident. This is an intention set, just like this Fool card. We go on a journey. Carl Jung called it the hero's journey. It is a journey of initiation. First, we are self-initiated. We say to the Creator, I want to serve. And we begin this journey. And then there'll be a point where we may feel like we hit a glass ceiling, and that's when we might seek a teacher to receive the sacred teachings and dive deeper, rise higher. And so the message is to continue our own healing work, because when we eliminate our own shadows, we rise higher than the densest vibration. You can't, like, it's okay to let them die. It's okay, because then rebirth is possible. Sometimes people need to lose things, right? And it's okay. But we can, back in when the goddess came in, she told me that as this old guard was dying, there is another path that has been laid out. It is a path of light. And so choose. Don't even engage. And that we have to figure out, like, where is our place in this holy work of ascension, whether we're carrying a sign, knocking on doorbells, supporting people, healing work, teaching, like, how are we, what is our role in this grand rising? And so when we do our own healing work, we eliminate the shadows, and more light can fill, and we rise, and we do it again, and then we rise, and we do it again, and then we rise. And so our work is to step onto this path of light, become the light, and that will help elevate all those around us. And the old guard will die. Their time is done. And as ugly as it is, the cancer beneath the surface, the fear, the fear-mongering, the hate, the division, the callousness, that doesn't belong in the Creator's world. That is the lowest vibration. So we are actually rising into a new dawn. Some people have called it the age of Aquarius. I hear the new dawn. So our work is cut out for us. I'm enjoying this reading. because it feels very hopeful. And that's one of the things that I really enjoy about us getting together on Wisdom Wednesdays, and listen, and working with the Tarot Masters as this portal opens, and hearing hearing their voices. It's very hopeful, because it's really hard. It's really hard to walk blindly in the darkness. It reminds me of what is it? Psalms 23. I walk through the valley of darkness. Walk through the valley of death. That's coming up. I should look at that psalm again. But this is where we are. We are walking through the valley, and we are on this adventure when we're filled with light. When we do our inner work, we elevate ourselves, and when we fill our cup, when we take care of ourselves. So the important thing is to take care of yourself first. Like, we have to fill up our own cup, and then when we fill up, all that goodness washes over us and through us into our community. Sometimes we have to juggle. I do a little, and then my neighbor needs something, so I might caretake a little there and here and there, and we rise together. So this is really a community, a soul, a united, a connected soul family event. Now, a soul family are souls that came onto the planet with a particular mission. And so you and I are not doing this alone. We are doing this together. We are part of the same universal family. So thank you. Thank you for coming in, because it would be really hard alone, right? And the time the goddess has repeatedly said, her continuous message has been, the time of the lone wolf is over. It's really hard to do this alone. And so maybe that's why I'm doing more online courses and community events. So, you know, join me when you can, because it makes this really all doable. Just seeing each other's faces, like when you show up every Wednesday. Thank you, because it would be hard for me to do this, to stay inspired. I would do it for myself, but when I do it here, it's easier to open myself and to get over my resistance to the light. So I think this is a very hopeful reading. So, Leanne, hello, Amy, Courtney. So, I'm going to pick a card. We have some time left. I'm going to pick a card for Amy, because she was the first one here. Amy, it is the 7 of coins. So the 7 of coins, it looks like you are surrounded by new creation, and even possibly things that will bring in abundance into your life. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean financial abundance. This could be, it almost feels like you're really satisfied. There is something that, like, you are just like, oh, that's like really good. I'm really glad that's in my life. And it feels like you've been creating this. It's almost like this feels like a hoe. Like you've been planting these seeds, and there's a great satisfaction around for you. So I'm really happy for you. This is like This is very exciting. Let's just see. You know, I started looking at this card. You know, does the garden, are there any points that need attention, pruning? But actually what I just see is sunshine, and that like you've been really paying close attention to your world, your garden, what needs attention and what have you, and it feels like it's paying off for you. Feels like there's been a dance, an ebb and a flow, and that you're paying attention to all that. Go you. And I hear seeds of contentment. So this is really great. Congratulations. There doesn't seem to be any worries. Amy says, I might just be exhausted in general. Well, it's possible, but it's almost like you've been putting out a lot of energy, and it's okay. It's okay to be resting in between, in between rows. You know what I mean? Like in between. But there's look around and look for the things that you've done really well. You filling yourself up with I hear majesty of creation. The things that you've been doing, fill yourself up, look at them and take notice and like own them. Like, I did that. And go into the gratitude of that. It will help with the exhaustion. It will start to fill you up. It won't just feel like an outlay of effort. But you'll start to see the burgeoning, they're correcting me, burgeoning abundance that is is flowing to you, that is growing in your garden. It's going to produce a really nice harvest. So keep me posted and rest. Let's see. Chelsea Adams. Let's I'm going to pull a card for you. Chelsea Adams. Here we have the Page of Coins. Interesting, another coin. So the page is beginning the journey. And so the coins are earth, career, manifestation, new projects. So, you know, it feels like there may be a new project that you're nurturing, holding close. And it feels like it's like at your belly, so it's like still in the planning stage, and you're getting ready to birth it. So I'm just asking, is there career, relationship, home? Feels more home related. It feels almost like nesting, making something comfortable, beautiful. I hear it like introspective, just maybe you're enjoying being home and want it more nesty. Does that make sense? So don't forget, these are one card readings. If you're interested in really getting into some deep questions, that would be a private reading, because then we can pull multiple, you know, really focus on your question, what you want to create or what you are creating, and then we can find out, you know, pull cards to see what the Tarot Masters have to say and really go deep into this. And we don't go that deep. We do this, but it might be a brief moment in time of things that are coming up for us, versus a really intricate and nuanced reading, which is possible, but we're not. That's not what Wisdom Wednesdays. That's not what we're doing here. Everybody wants a card. Chelsea, you got a card. Yes, Chelsea, reach out. I'd love to talk to you. Just DM me when you get a chance, and I'll send you a link to my calendar where we could actually talk. Let's see. I think there was somebody else before you, Leanne. Okay. Chelsea. I got Chelsea Adams, and there's Chelsea Adams. Okay. I'm trying to be fair. Courtney. Let me pull a card for Courtney. Courtney, you still here? Okay. Oh, Knight of Coins. So this is for Courtney. Courtney, it looks like you are moving. Let's see what that move looks like. This is a move, Knight of Coins. So again, it might be career, home. It feels more like career, that there are things changing for you. You're looking to the future. You might be, what I'm hearing is repackaging. So if you are self-employed, you might be repackaging your branding materials, the way that you are presenting out in the world. Okay. It's hard now, Courtney, if you wanted to say anything, that would be helpful, because then I would know which direction to go with that. Okay. So, Courtney. I'm also seeing in this moving forward that there might be some challenges on the left. Looks like mountainous terrain. I'm not really sure what that looks like at this point without more information. It's like, is it scenery that you just bypass? It feels like you can bypass it. You're not getting caught up in it. But also know that the few bumps and like kind of like hills. It's like you're going through a meadow, so it feels pretty clear. That you know, your vision is pretty clear. There's some nice patches of flowers along the way. Your mount is, you know, you're fully on board, moving swiftly. Any challenges that you may have, feels like it'll be dealt with rather swiftly. You have all the talent that you need. Stay focused. You know, that would be my message. Leanne has left the room. Let me pull her a card, though. So this card is for Leanne. This is the Six of Wands. Wands are fire. And you can see that they are, you know, there might be some challenges, projects. Let me see. So it feels like that there might be some obstacles, challenges, but that you are not, that you know, like they're not blocking you in. There is a way through, and that you have, just focus on where you're going. Keep focus on where you're going. It's also, what I hear is it's time for you to grow. So wands are, you know, fire, inspiration. I would meditate on the things that you want to create. Don't be so busy. You know, pray for, you know, talk to the Creator. Put your words out into the universe, what you really want. And this is a different way of being. It's not creating by default. This is creating with intention. So focus on your future, what you want, and then create a list of so that you can bring it down through the four worlds, you know, fire, air, water, earth. So this is saying don't create by default, just, you know, just by keeping busy and doing. It's really about owning your power, and again, creating, sitting down, dreaming. If you don't know how to dream, like, what do you really want? Like, where would you like to be in a year? This is what I'm hearing, is there is a challenge with the dreaming part. Like, what do you even want? So where would you like to be in a year with income, where you're living, what you're creating? Like, how do you want to see your life? Then pick one and then create an action step. You know, 4 big action steps, and then break those 4 big action steps into smaller action steps, and then even smaller action steps. So when you break this down, when you create your blueprint, you begin with one small step today that will bring you to your next step tomorrow, which will bring you to the next step the following day. I'm hearing there might be some organizing issues. I don't know if it's ADHD, but this is where, you know, just focus. So that's for you, Leanne. Let me know how you make out. And we're going to do one more, because there's one more person. Lynn, let me pull a card for you, my darling. Which card wants to speak to Lynn? This card, the World. This is an exciting card, Lynn. This is the World. It's the 21st in the major arcana, which is, I'm hearing, a 3. 20, 21. 2 plus 1 is a 3. And this card is talking about a larger stage for you. It feels like you're looking outside of your home into next steps where you want to be. Feels like a lot of like there's some freedom, like you're ready to. It doesn't necessarily feel like moving. I think we've talked about this before, but I don't remember because I never remember. But there's a familiarity about you possibly moving. But this is also like travel, expanding your world. Spiritual. It could definitely be spiritual growth. This is, it feels really good. Moving on, not moving out. Yes. Yeah. So that is what this card is talking about, Lynn. And possibly traveling, possibly spiritual growth. Like you need to have, this card is telling me really loud that you need to have fun. It's also talking about like you've been too isolated, insulated, and you need to get out in the world. So it feels really expansive, Lynn. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. This is good. So. All right, guys, that was a quick hour. Let's see. Lynn says work has got to stop interfering with my Wisdom Wednesdays. You're right. What nerve. Lynn says, spot on. I think there's a real push in my life. I feel the trajectory forward. Good. This is the beautiful thing about readings, and I just want to say this. It's like what I love about doing readings for people, and even doing my own reading, and being here on Wisdom Wednesday. It's like wonderful. These cards are like portals. We work with the Tarot Masters, and we can see a bigger picture. And what I love is that it helps formulate and validate the experiences we're often happening, right? So in our businesses, in our personal life, in our personal growth, it helps eliminate, like when the Tarot Masters speak, they say it in a way that is often like, of course, it makes sense, and we can get on board with our forward trajectory, versus doubting ourselves and it taking 3 months, 3 years to get the courage and doubting ourselves, right? So it helps bypass the small mind, our little human mind, and helps us step into our higher mind and move forward into creating the life that we are already feeling incubating within us. So that's what I'm hearing from Lynn. And let's see. So Chelsea says she's also on her spiritual journey, so it makes sense. Isn't that great? It just helps us solidify and validate. We are surrounded. That's like the amazing thing, is we are not alone. We are surrounded by our spiritual team, and the cards are often just the portal. I don't read a book. I don't follow the book. I listen. My cards have been woken up. This was handed down to me by my teacher. My cards have been woken up, and I've developed a relationship. I listen. I listen, I feel, I see. I use my psychic senses to allow the cards to speak. My work is to get out of the way, and frankly, it can be challenging. As we do this on Wisdom Wednesday, a story starts unfolding with one card for one person, then I put it down. I've got to become that hollow bone again, and so that the previous card doesn't affect. So you'll see me doing several things at once. And this is, it's fun. I love listening to the Troll Masters, but it's really great training for me as well. So I just really appreciate you all being here every week. Like Lynn says, work has to get out of the way. It's interfering. But I'm so glad that that it does fit into your life, that we can be here together, that we can see and get like a glimpse into what's happening in this world, because it's really a shit show. And like, what the heck? And so it's helpful so that we can stay focused on our task of staying in the light and not getting caught up in the drama and the death throes that are around us, and supporting all the people that are stepping in and doing this amazing light work and fighting for the light, So anyway, I am so glad that you're all here with me, and I know that, like, you just make my day. So anyway, thanks for being here. I will be putting this up on my YouTube channel at Sue Ananian, and I have also been starting some online classes as well as in-person classes. If you're interested, just find me at soulfullyyouwellness.com and get my newsletter so that you can see what we're doing and hop in when you can. Anyway, talk to you soon. Have a great day, guys.